right, welcome back.
Yes.
Well, we have more that's coming up on the show, and we're going to get into some conversations with ladies from CAMFED.
Yes.
Now, of course, CAMFED joins us once a month, to talk about different amazing things that they are doing around the country. Now, it just sort of brings to mind, that this is Ghana exhibition,
Yes.
and the conversations that we've been talking about. Well, we've been joined on the show today by two amazing ladies,
Yes.
Caroline and Priscilla. And they are both doing some pretty amazing things, all right? So Caroline is the CEO of Royal Aviele Ventures. She's a beneficiary of the MasterCard Foundation, CAMFED support. And Priscilla is also the founder of Shepherd's Rice Mills, and she's also a beneficiary of the MasterCard Foundation CAMFED support. Ladies, good morning and welcome.
Thank you.
All right. Now, you look, is it the weather or you're just very subdued, just soft tones? How you all doing?
We're doing fine.
Fantastic,
Great.
fantastic.
Yes.
Let's get into it. All right.
Yeah.
So, Caroline, let me start with you. How did you, which of the products is yours, by the way?
The honey.
The honey is
Yes.
yours. Okay.
Yes.
How did you get in touch with, CAMFED to begin with? What was that like?
I got in touch with CAMFED when I was preparing to go to tertiary. I needed funding for my education, and CAMFED came in at that point.
Okay.
So they
Where
actually,
did you go, by the way?
UCC.
Okay.
Yes. So they actually took care of my entire expense for my 4-year stay at the university.
Wow.
And they also introduced me to other opportunities. Yeah, there were a lot of conferences, summits that we attended. It was through this I developed that interest in entrepreneurship.
Great.
And I'll talk more about that here.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. How about you, Priscilla? What was your introduction to CAMFED?
It was through MasterCard, interestingly.
Okay.
I had an opportunity to do a presentation virtually during COVID to a global staff, the global staff of MasterCard.
Okay.
And I remember, I wouldn't forget late Gariba, the former ambassador to CAMFED, to Canada, being very proud of me because he's a board member at MasterCard. And Rita Roy also commending me, but it was through those connections that they said to me, CAMFED is the organization we want to connect you with, because they're working with young women like yourself. So that's really how I got introduced to CAMFED.
What were you doing at the time? Were you working or in academia? Or were you like in school or?
I've been working. I have been a banker in the past.
Okay.
I've been a consultant working with agribusinesses.
Okay.
And then I ventured into my own business in 2015.
Okay.
What got you into milling rice in particular?
I like to challenge the system. I noticed that everyone was talking about maize, and I went to Tamale for the first time, my very first home away from home, I call it. And I was like, why is everyone talking about maize? Rice is the next big thing. We're in an rapidly urbanized economy, and people are not going to have time to make your 8-hour meals anymore. We want anything that's quick. So rice is the next big thing. I didn't see why no one was seeing it, and so I'll challenge it, I'll do it. But also interestingly is the women. So in the northern region alone, and also across the sub-Saharan zone, there are over 120,000 women in small-scale rice parboiling.
Wow.
And I thought it's a good way to build on that, to support the local economy as well.
Very, very nice. Okay. Now, honey. A lot of people do honey as well, but what's special about Royal Aviele honey, and how did you get into honey production?
Yes, so the whole journey started from my personal experience. Yes, I actually wanted honey myself some time ago, and it was difficult getting it. And when I got it, I didn't like the quality of it. So I shared this experience with other people, and I found that there were more people that had similar experiences. And then where I come from, I realized it's the terrain that I can actually go into the production. So I said, why not do it? Since there are more people that have, similar challenges, I want to solve that challenge. So as I read more about beekeeping, I realized that bees are also very important for the environment.
Yeah.
Actually, they are responsible for about 70% of the pollination of food crops. So which means they contribute a lot to our survival.
So that's saying where it says when the last bee dies, the
Yes,
last man dies.
yes,
There's some
yes.
truth behind it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So that was what motivated me to go into beekeeping, not just to produce honey for, healthy honey for consumers, but also to protect the honeybee for our own existence. Yeah.
I want to find out from you. Your first day on the bee farm, what was that like? Because I know.
Okay.
So I'm just wondering, your first day, you hear bzzz all over. What was that feeling like?
Yeah, so for me, it was an exciting period because I had, watched a few YouTube videos. I have been around bees. It's not that bees were completely new to me. But for some time, you get a bit scared because when you go, say you go to do your harvesting, they come out so much and they are very aggressive. But we wear protective clothing, so you're able to work around them. Now I'm very used to it, so I don't mind when they are buzzing so much. Yeah, they've become family. Yes.
So the first beehive, tell us about that. How did you start? Because now we see the images. It's a whole farm.
Yes.
But how did it begin?
Yes.
Where did you get the bees from?
Okay, so the bees that I have on my farm, they are wild bees.
Okay.
So we attract them into the hives by doing what we call baiting. And in baiting is you would have to use something that the bees are attracted to, and usually it's the honey, because honey is their own food and they are attracted to it. So you use some honey or wax on the hives, then the bees will come around. If they find it conducive, they will stay.
Okay.
So you can't force them to stay. If they want, they will stay. If they don't, they will leave. You just have to make the environment conducive for them. They don't like so much disturbances. Yeah.
She knows her bees, right?
Yes, I know my bees.
It reminds me of the song, Amachi did this song. Mbappe soko na Mbappe. It's bees per soko. That's what. Because if they like, they will stay. If they don't like, they will stay.
Yeah, they are a very interesting group. Yeah, very interesting.
I see. This is interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Now, what are some of the challenges you faced on the in the rice industry, as somebody who decided to challenge the system and take it on? You have a beautiful bag of rice, but you must have faced some challenges along the way.
Indeed. Sometimes it's good to go into a space without so much information.
Okay.
If you're too knowledgeable in an area, you would run away from it. Rice industry is incredibly challenging. It's also very male dominated. So one of the things I had to do was to stand my grounds, because the male environment doesn't necessarily understand how I function. And so there are stereotypes all the time that I have to challenge and face. But again, because I like to take on a challenge, I always, stand up to that. I'm up for it. I'm always ready to show people that it's possible. And also, I would say access to funding. It's something I've talked about in the past. Largely because people do not believe that you can do it. They don't think you're capable. But I know what I've been through in starting this business. I put all of my investment from working in the bank, from working as a consultant. It only takes people coming to visit the sites to realize, wow, you've done something.
Serious.
And I know that I can do it. So it's challenging, but we still pursue the agenda.
And as entrepreneurs like this, I'm sure you employ other people as well. How many people do you have in your team?
So for me, there's one permanent person and about 15 casual workers whom we engage as and when we have work to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Great. How about you, Priscilla?
In my case, I work with women a lot. So I have 150 women that I work with within the Nanton district. And then I also have casual workers, rural people in the community who help me interact and engage with others in the community, especially when there's conflict or there's something that needs to be resolved. And there are about 15 of those as well. And when it comes to full-time operational staff on site, there are about 5.
You guys are managing whole communities. I mean, the impact that you're
pretty
making
amazing.
through what you're doing, the knock-on effect is
They
fantastic.
talk to us about so you had the initial help from CAMFED, the initial investment and everything else. Talk about during the process of your growth and development. Does CAMFED still involve themselves? Do they bring advisors on board? Do they give you other help apart from finance? Talk to us a little bit about that.
I'd say that maybe CAMFED has helped at some juncture in my business. But it's interesting because as a banker, I've always talked and lamented about the, inadequate financing, not only for even young entrepreneurs, but also agribusinesses. So CAMFED's access to funding approach was innovative. They provided an interest-free loan for a long, not a long period, but it was a 12-month period.
Okay.
But there was a moratorium.
Okay.
So it was a 3-month period to get yourself in order to be able to repay the loan. And interestingly, it's not just me, it's a network of young ladies who are running businesses. And they offer you the opportunity to go back and take the loan again. So it's a revolving fund. That, in my opinion, is innovative. Having worked in a bank where there's a long, tedious process, then you have to now present collateral, then you have to pay immediately, you're not even ready, the funding comes at the wrong time. I think the funding that they gave me at the juncture in my business was just timely and also very innovative.
Yes, and I also added there are, other programs that they organize. There's a lot of mentorship, lots of training. An example is the annual Research and Learning Summit, which is even happening tomorrow. Yes, at the University of Ghana Center for Westlands. Yes, where we meet and then we discuss issues that are affecting women in agribusinesses. Yes, so these summits actually open us up to the opportunity of meeting people who have already established their businesses. We're able to learn from them, and we're able to also share our challenges and then get them to give us advices on how to go about it. So there's so much more that CAMFED and MasterCard gives after they give you the capital to establish your business. Yeah.
Okay, so for the event that you talked about that's happening tomorrow,
yes,
is that open for any young woman who wants to learn more about CAMFED?
Yeah, there will be a Zoom link.
Okay.
Yes, so just a few people will be on site, but then the rest of us can join via Zoom, and I'm sure the details will be shared on our the
CAMFED pages.
Yes.
Okay. Now, with regard to your products, where can people find them? So if I want to buy Aviele honey, or if I want to buy your beautiful Zenaria rice, where can we find them?
Okay,
Where are they stocked?
Yeah, so for us, we are based in Wa, in the Upper West region.
West.
You can reach us directly. We are yet to actually put
Is that where you're from?
Yes, please. We are from Wa. I'm from
Okay.
Wa. Yes, so you can reach out to us. We have our contact details on here. You can also find us on Facebook at Royal Aviela Farms.
Okay.
Yes, if you get to Facebook, you can reach us, and then we'll deliver the products to you anywhere in Ghana.
In Ghana.
Yes.
And maybe outside
Yes,
as well.
and beyond.
And beyond. I like that.
In my case, I have a supermarket on the Smintex Road, Lady Georgia Enterprise, who currently stocks my product. But I also work with a network of distributors, small-scale distributors. So you can reach us on Facebook or reach us out on the number that it's on our products and find out where you are. There's always a distributor within that area where you can source the products from.
Wow. Is there any advice you can give to young female entrepreneurs? They're toying with the idea of getting into the entrepreneurial space. Any advice from you?
Yes, for me, I would say if you have an idea, work at it. And while you are working at it, be patient, because the success will not just come, in a flash. Yes, it takes time. So you work hard at your idea, then you'll be patient. The success will come, but later, yeah.
Priscilla, what about you?
Have a support system. Emotionally, we tend to be more emotional. It's very tasking. You need prayer warriors. You need a mentor. You need someone who will support you in different times of need in your business. It's important to have a support system, especially for young women, so that we don't give up. I think we have a lot to give, so a support system is all I say we recommend.
Can you talk to us about some of the ways you're looking to also give back I mean, considering what CAMFED gave, you know, what are you looking to do to give back as well?
I believe in the power of paying forward. I am where I am today because of what someone gave to me. And so I'm very willing and open to share my knowledge and my experience. Currently, I mentor a young lady on the Cosmos Energy, a Cosmos Innovation program. I have a friend who has a company called Tractors for Africa. He's asked me to mentor a young lady who's going to be running as a finance space in the north. I'm ready to offer mentorship. CAMFED has also introduced me to a couple of young ladies that I also am willing to offer mentorship to.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Yeah. What about you, Karen?
So for us, we've been able to train about 40 women in soft skills, liquid soap making. Yeah, we want them to be able to have a source of income for themselves. And beyond that, we also have 1 or 2 people on our farm who are learning from us. And then the intention is to get them to know how to do beekeeping so that they can also establish their own farms, you know, so that we can all supply to the consumers within the country. Yeah.
Just as an aside, how long does it take to go from start to getting a bottle of honey like this?
6 months.
6 months?
Yes, once your hive gets colonized, within 6 months, it should be ready for you to
For honey
harvest.
production.
Yes.
And what's like a startup cost? Or how much capital would you need maybe to start?
Okay, so for me, I started with 500 Ghana cedis. Yes, with 2 hives actually. But now we have 52 hives. So we've moved a long way from the 2 hives, and that was with support from the Scholars Entrepreneurship Fund, from Young Africa Works.
Okay.
That is where we are now.
You are now.
Yes.
And how many like maybe liters of honey can you get from
So
your
from a
hive?
hive, you can make 4 liters.
From one hive?
From
And
one
you've got
hive.
52.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's like 208.
200 liters plus?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Every 6 months.
Yeah, every 6 months.
Wow.
I see.
Do calculations
No,
on how much a liter of honey costs, and you see that you're in good business.
Yeah.
If you can expand.
Yeah.
How about you, Priscilla, harvesting rice?
So I believe in a rural economy. I buy from the farmers within the community where my mill is located.
Great, great.
And then the women do the parboiling. So I produce parboiled rice, which is equivalent in nutritional value to brown rice.
Okay.
And I like it because it's versatile. You can use it for any dish and anyone in the family can consume it without having to set yourself apart. And it doesn't spike up your blood sugar level. So I produce this rice with the women. They do the parboiling. I have a factory and they bring it and I mill it. I add value. I sort, I package, and I sell in urban areas.
It's a
Great.
lovely arrangement.
Yes, it is.
It works
It
out
is.
very well.
It works
for
out very
us.
well.
All of us. Yes.
Yeah, very nice. Okay. Ladies, so any final thoughts on what you want to say about CAMFED, and for any young women watching you who are inspired by what you're sharing with us today?
Yeah. So we are really grateful. Myself, I'm really grateful to CAMFED and the MasterCard Foundation, because they have taken me through school, and because of them I have a business that is running with which I can support more young women. And I'm really grateful for that opportunity. And for anyone out there who wants to go into entrepreneurship, take your time, do your research, like I said, work hard at it, and then wait for the success to happen.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So,
I think CAMFED is a great organization that's on the ground, grassroots. I'm not from Tamale, I'm from Accra. I've been there for close to 10 years. I've seen the impact. Everywhere I've passed, I've seen brilliant Kama girls. You know, 2 of my very good friends, Saudatu Mohammed, who's also running an NGO supporting young children, young women to sew. Live Again. She's running an amazing business. Anna is also running a clothing line. I buy things from her and bring to my friends. For people to also see that there are amazing people out there. And if it wasn't for the support of CAMFED, to believe in a young woman, you know, we wouldn't be seeing what we're seeing. So I firmly believe that CAMFED is doing a great job. I've seen it and I can testify to that. Yeah.
awesome stuff. Thank you so much,
Well,
ladies.
we really appreciate your experiences and sharing with us
Yes.
these amazing stories. I love honey and I love rice. I'm spoiled with rice. I don't eat it. It's always rice this, rice that, rice this, everything rice. All right, anyway, I want to say a big thank you to you, Caroline Domonaa-Ngmen. Dari?
Domonaa-Ngmen.
Domonaa-Ngmen Dari.
Yes.
Okay, Domonaa-Ngmen Dari. And then Priscilla Akoto-Bamfo, thank you very much for joining us on Breakfast Daily and sharing your stories. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.